Emotional stress is very common in dementia units, where the dementia resident can either be depressed, anxious, uptight, or even escalated right up into anger, dropping down into depression or escalating up into anxiety. There's a whole range of emotional stress that a dementia resident can go through, and it can vary from day to day. Then also behaviourally, often they can't sleep, they just want to have sugar and coffee all day long. They get into a panic and can run up and down the corridor, and verbal abuse and disturbing behaviour can also be part of the equation. So settling this emotional distress and emotional stress takes some doing. It's not easy, it's very difficult, because there's so many triggers, so many layers of stress that can come into it, to try to sort of peel that back and come up with a solution to help the person can take some doing, but it can be done, and it needs to be taken step by step. And also it depends on the relationship that you've got with the person as to how you can help them. How's your emotional connection? That all makes a big difference, because some people, for example, if a mother has a good relationship with her son and she's very close to him, and they've got a similar sense of humour, and the son knows how to unlock her sense of humour, that's a big win, because that can mean that if she's escalated up into anxiety, if he can click into the sense of humour and say something to her which can make her laugh, well, the tension cascades out quite quickly. It's much easier to be able to help someone when they're relaxed after a bit of a laugh than if you've come in and they're stressed and stay stressed, and it's difficult to get through that. Whereas, for example, if you're the daughter and you come in and you sit with mum and you comfort her and you console her and you bring her things that you think will help her, like her lipstick and the heater, which will help, and the duvet, which will help, and other niceties that she likes, of course she's going to be appreciative of that, and it does help. I mean, if you have things around you that support you and that please you and help you, especially to keep you warm and comfortable, all these things are a great help, and it's time consuming to get these things organised. Now, sons of course do this as well, but often it is the power of attorney daughter that ends up doing the shopping, especially for clothes, and getting things organised. But if you've got a good wardrobe, if you've got a lovely setup with your sleeping, if you've got the lovely chair, if you've got a son that's humorous, in a sense, it's actually a family effort, a family affair. If you've got a number of people helping and supporting, then this will help reduce the mother's emotional stress, because she's got a son she can have a good laugh with, a daughter who's supportive and brings her in things that she needs. Maybe her friend takes her out for a walk each week. So in this way, if as a team effort, friends and family can work towards helping mum reduce her stress, it really helps a lot, especially if the person feels supported. That's the main thing, really. I mean, we can help here and there, but if the person themselves feel supported, that they can rely on your support. There was one dementia resident at the facility that I worked at, and she had a good relationship with her son and daughter. They were pretty bright young people. They didn't visit much, I have to say, but when they did, they were great. Like, her daughter used to come in and the dementia resident would say, oh, she'll get me anything I need. And this daughter would come in with, the lipsticks, the makeup, the art materials, the letter writing pad, the pens. And so the mother knew. She would write out a shopping list, actually. The mother would actually write out a shopping list and would... Sometimes when we were having workshops, she'd say, oh, I must ask my daughter for lipstick, makeup powder, whatever it was. And the daughter would dutifully get that. And so the mother knew that she wasn't going to be left on the lurch without the things that she enjoyed. And there was another resident, similarly, I heard her say the same thing to me. She said, oh, my daughter always gets me anything I need, and I'm never left on the lurch. So the fact actually of the support being there, the daughter being there to be able to give, provide and help with what's needed, even if they don't visit a lot. For women that are more independently minded and quite, strong, which these two women were, they don't need a lot of visiting, but when the visits do happen, they're good quality visits and they get what they need so they can have a comfortable life at a dementia unit. Now, another thing in terms of reducing emotional stress, if say your mother escalates into anxiety and above that can become, distressing behaviour, disturbing behaviour even, as a son, if you've got a good relationship with her and you've both got, a good sense of humour and she can click in with you and she listens to you, then there's no harm in being assertive from time to time. If you find out that your mother's demonstrating disturbing or distressing behaviour, then either on the phone you can speak to her if you find out about it and you're away at the farm or something, or you can come and visit. But the thing is, it's quite good at the time that she's showing distressing behaviour, disturbing behaviour, calling out, yelling out, at that time it's good to be able to speak to her on the phone. So if the nursing staff know that they can phone you when your mother's in this state and you've given permission for that and you've put your name and your phone number at this front page of the nursing clinical notes, which is where it needs to be for fast access, and you've said, look, if mum gets upset or distressed, phone me straight away and I'll speak to her over the phone. So if they do that, that is fantastic, because with the tone of your voice, her knowing your voice and your manner, you can be assertive with her and say, look, mum, I know you're upset and stressed, but you've got to make an effort. You've got to rein in, calm yourself down. You can't be like this. Please make an effort. It's really important. We've talked about this before, and this is the time to just calm down and take a hold of yourself, get a grip, or whatever, however you speak to your mother at such times. And if you've got a good relationship and she knows you and trusts you and you're there to support and she knows that you're on her side, you are an ally, she will listen. I've seen this. She will listen. As long as it hasn't got up to high level. This is at the moderate level of behavioural stress. Then with someone that they trust, where there's a good emotional connection, she will listen and calm down as a result of this. It's a really effective technique. I saw this with one particular dementia resident, a lovely lady most of the time, but when she got anxious, she really escalated up. And it was her son that was able to, just only one son, that was able to de-escalate her. No one else in the family could, but he could. And so thankfully, the staff used to call him when his mother escalated, and he was able to settle her down, which really helped, because it helped the unit. It helped the carers. It meant that it was a much calmer place. If even one dementia resident calms down, say if you've got 3 dementia residents that are escalated, even if one of them calms down, it makes a big difference in the unit. So these are ways that you can help the emotional behaviour and stress of your mother. But just make sure that the room is relaxed and comfortable and all set up. It's not just a bedroom to sleep in, it's a bedroom to relax in. That's the important thing. And take your mother to the room, say after you've had a nice walk outside, after you've had a trip out. Don't just leave her in the lounge. Take her back to her room and say, look, mum, we've had a lovely time. You've had a good walk, lots of exercise. Now's the time for you to rest and relax in your lovely room, so that she gets the impression and understanding that her room is there to relax in. It's her place of respite. So when you have visits with your mother, encourage her to view the bedroom as a place of relaxation, and with you being there with her and unwinding with her after a trip out or even on a visit to the unit, she'll get that idea. So I've written these 2 books, The Resident's Voice and The Resident's Rise, both on Amazon. Thank you for your views and your subscriptions, and please subscribe if you're interested in this channel. Thanks.